Probably the best way to see that if you're getting 14 parts air to 1 part fuel in the whole throttle range of your carburetor is to get yourself an exhaust analyzer. Like they have different ones for different, they go, I don't know, anywhere from $100 to $400 or maybe even higher. What an exhaust analyzer does is, say this is your exhaust pipe, which it's not, but you buy an oxygen fuel sensor and you have to put it into the pipe so far away from the intake. I just love this little gyro. You have to put the oxygen sensor in so far from the intake of the exhaust. It doesn't measure the heat. What it does is it senses the oxygen as you're giving your motorcycle throttle right here. What else? Say like, we'll just say K&N because that's one I've seen. It also comes with wiring from the sensor to a gauge that sits up here. It's a small gauge, just like this. And what it has is either yellow, green, and red graduated lines. And as you give it gas, you can look at your oxygen sensor and see how much fuel ratio to air ratio is going through the motor at that time. It's very helpful in determining how to adjust the carburetor instead of taking the carburetor off and doing it by hand. Now, I've never used one. I would like to use one, but you have to get a special insert welded onto your pipe, which is no big deal. And then you put the sensor on. The sensor, I would say, it's a little smaller than this, the oxygen sensor. And as I understand, it's a very good way to dial in your carburetor. But I'd like to do it the old-fashioned way, and that is to listen to the carburetor and to adjust it accordingly. Now, another way to learn about carburetors is to go on the web and to look at how to adjust the fuel circuit. Understand how the carburetor works. It's not a fancy NASA rocket scientist thing. There are millions of these in all different sizes in the world. And they're basically all the same in the motorcycle single carburetors. This is a good book right here to learn about. It's two-stroke performance tuning by A. Graham Bell. It was written a long time ago. And they also have go-karts, which I don't know anything about, but it sounds cool. And there's also a couple of other books. One is this is a car tech book by, it's nitrous. No, that's not the right one. I don't know anything about nitrous either. All I know is nitrous, it probably would work really good on a motorcycle, except you got to have like about 20-inch disc brakes to stop yourself, because once you start it, it's like a rocket. It just goes and goes and goes until you collide in with something, and the only question is going to be whether it's going to be an open or closed casket. And also, of course, if you do happen to bite the bullet, so we speak, when you have the nitrous on, it will probably take the coroner 2 or 3 hours to get the smile off your face.